And so in the West we have various Buddhist centers in various traditions and in various organizations, right? So here in Jamyang Buddhist Centre in London, we have various long-term programs, and that's, I think, it's very beneficial. Yeah, sometimes we go a little bit here, Buddhism there, but it's good initially to look around and check things out. But if you really want to get a good understanding of one particular tradition, it's important to invest, right? So that's why here in Jamyang we started with this kind of vision of having long-term programs. So we run 5-year, 3-year, 2-year programs at different levels of Buddhist philosophy and practice. And you can see people change over time, which is very inspiring, you know. And especially now with a hybrid kind of system, that people from completely different countries and different places on the planet can still follow. Yeah, so those kind of study programs we have and we need to explore Buddhism more and to get a better understanding of Buddhism, not only for Buddhism to remain, but for the individuals also to get a good understanding of the Buddhist path and put it into practice. So what the programs we run here at Jamyang, we have a 5-year program. It's called Basic Program, although it's not that basic. Yeah, so we go over the middle length of the Lamrim, for example, Lama Tsongkhapa, the Bodhisattva Charavatara by Shantideva, and then we have a few aspects of more traditional philosophy, like tenet systems, as well as psychology, yeah, the mind and its mental factors, or awareness and knowers, as we call it. So there are kind of aspects of important aspects of the Buddhist part of mind science and its philosophy, and how to put it into practice, right? So that's kind of how we convey the Buddhist teachings in the West. Although, of course, there's, if you think about the way it's been explained and the way the level of depth, there's of course a difference. Because we're working here with weekend courses, right? So that means we have 1 weekend a month. Well, in the monastic system, we have 6 days a week, right? So you can imagine the depth of the studies. There's a difference, but it depends on the individual, right? What the individual person wants to dedicate time for, and what the individual person wants to accomplish in the knowledge of the Dharma. And that's why we have to adjust these programs, because nobody can dedicate 20 years full time, right? So we just summarize the main essential important points for changing the mind. Yeah, so we have a few secular aspects in certain programs, like exploring Buddhism, for example. We designed in a way that it's more accessible to people who are completely new to Buddhism, and has a few aspects of science as well, right? So that helps, that's one opportunity. But if you want to go more in depth in a more traditional way, then there are other programs like Basic Program, for example, so it depends on the individual, what kind of time the person wants to dedicate and what they like to get out of it, right?